Hello, everyone. Please settle down yourself. We will be starting in the next 5 to 7 minutes. It's a sincere request from everyone that please use Q&A session for any kind of query. Please don't mention the queries in the chat box because we will not be able to answer the queries in the chat box. So please use the Q&A session for typing any kind of queries, any kind of questions that you all are having. Hello everyone. Please allow us just 5 more minutes. We will be gonna start at sharp 8:85.
Hello everyone. Hope everyone is doing fine. I am Soumya, process consultant from GET Global Immigration Services. We here at GET JIS nurture our candidates' dream of migration abroad. Today, we all have gathered here for a webinar session of 2023 is the best time to migrate to Canada. Our host for today is Afreen Abbasi, who has been into the immigration segment for about 5 years now. And she will be sharing her knowledge about the immigration segment. We have Diksha, Tanushri, Nidhi, and Harita as a panelist to assist you with your queries. So let's start with the webinar. For any concerns or queries, you all can post your questions in Q&A section. Question and answer session will resume after 20 minutes of the session. So kindly stay tuned to get all the immigration related doubts resolved with the webinar session of Get Global Immigration Services. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Soumya, for sharing the insights. And I welcome everyone for the webinar today. And I hope you all are doing well. So I'll just give you a short introduction that how we will be initiating the webinar. So initial 10 to 15 minutes, we will be discussing about the programs that are offered by the Canada for the PR. And in the next 10 to 15 minutes, we will be discussing about the eligibility criteria, that what the eligibility needs to be there, so that you all will be able to know whether you are eligible or not. And third thing, we will be discussing about the occupation demand and how you can initiate further with the process. And definitely that why this year should be the best year, so that you should initiate your Canada PR process further within the 2023 only. Meanwhile, if you have any questions and doubts, it's a sincere request to please mention your question and answer in the Q&A session. Our panelists would try their best to answer that. And meanwhile, you all please just fill up the form so that after finishing the webinar, the counselors will be able to get connected with you for the feedback session. Okay. So this is the introduction of our company, that we are Global Immigration Services, and we are dealing with a lot of countries. Major of the countries, which includes a major immigration program, are Germany, Sweden, Austria, Australia, and Canada. So as our topic includes the Canada immigration today, so we will be discussing more about the Canada. So before we just go to the point that what is Canada PR, before that we need to know that why immigration matters to Canada economy, so that you all will be having a fair idea that why the Canada is that country who is inviting the immigrants on a very regular basis. So basically, Canada is that country in which if the immigration is happening, then the economy is boosting. Because when the immigration is happening on a very regular pace and on a very faster note, then in the Canada, the labor market meets its specific requirements. Okay. The immigration in Canada creates the jobs and it attracts the investment through the entrepreneurship. Because whenever a person will be migrating to Canada, even on a permanent residency, then after going there, after 2 or 3 years of settlement, they start their own business, which creates a job and which attracts the investment through some other investors as well. Third thing, it drives the innovation. Okay. Now, the immigrants, which will be considered under the PR category, they are the economic immigrants. Okay. Because the person who will be able to go Canada on the basis of the skills, it will be considered as a skilled migrant or as an economic immigrant. So Canada accepts the immigrants with the skills to keep the economy growing. People who apply as the economic immigrants, they are ranked on a point system. So it is a very good thing about the Canada PR that you don't need to be include yourself in a kind of investment, in a kind of any documentation, which is very difficult. Instead of that, you will be ranked on a point system, which means that the process that you will be running for yourself, it will be a very transparent process. Third thing, the point system attracts the immigrants who will be able to contribute to their new opportunities. Now let's discuss about the point system, that applicants get points for each of the following criteria, which is your age, level of education, English and language, English and the French language skill. Why only these two languages? Because in Canada, the primary language is the French and the secondary language in which you can just prove your language competency is the English. The fourth factor on which we can calculate your points is the work experience. Fifth factor is if you have any family living in Canada who is already a PR holder. And then there are some extra points if you have any post-secondary education, if you have any job offer letter. So any person who will be getting the highest scores, they will be invited to come to Canada. Okay. So now let's discuss about the points criteria, that what is the points criteria on which we can just make a profile eligible, or we will be able to know whether we are good to initiate further or not. So I'll just stop sharing the screen for a moment because I need to share a new tab and then we will be working on this thing. So basically, this is the 6 selection factors, which is the Federal Skilled Worker Program criteria. We use this selection factor points to help and to assess your eligibility criteria for the same. If you score more than 67 points or higher than that, then you are eligible for the Canada PR. If you meet the requirements, you can submit a profile for an online application from where you can start your Canada PR journey. So the basic criteria on which you need to score is if you score more than 67 points or at least 67 points or higher than that, it means you can proceed further. Okay. So again, on this page, they will be talking about the language skills, education, work experience, age, and the adaptability points. So for the language, for both of the examinations, whether it is the English examination or whether it is the French examination, there are 4 modules, which is the writing test, reading test, listening, and the speaking test. And in all of the 4 modules, you need to score certain bands. Okay. So the certain bands are, which is like, this is the band table. If you are scoring CLB 9 or higher, you will get 6 points for each of the module, and all of the 6 points will contribute to the 24 points, which are the maximum points. If you got CLB 8, you will get 20 points. If you got CLB 7, you will get 16 points. Okay. And on the same way for the education, the maximum points are 25 points. For masters, you will get 25. Oh, sorry, for PhD, you will get 25 points. For master's degree, you will get 23. For bachelor's, you will get 21 points. For 2 or more degrees in which are to be at least 3 years or more, you will get 22 points. And for the work experience, you will get maximum 15 points. Okay. Like for 1 year of work experience, you will get 9 points. For 2 to 3 years of work experience, you will get 11 points. For 4 to 5 years of work experience, you will get 13 points. And for 6 or more years of work experience, you will get 15 points. Okay. So basically, the work experience needs to be at least completed full-time work experience, and it needs to be paid. Okay. Then for the age is a very crucial factor in the whole process. If you are under 18, you will get 0 points. If you are between 18 to 35, you will get 12 points. And as the year by year, your age will be increasing, the points will be decreasing, which means that age is a very important factor which plays a very major role in the Canada PR application. So we need to apply when we are eligible, and we need to apply on a sooner pace. Then some points are the complementary points. If you have arranged employment in Canada, you can get the maximum 10 points. Okay. If you are married and your spouse is also meeting the competency test, then you can get the 5 points. If you have your past studies in Canada, then the 5 points will be there. If you have past work experience in Canada, then you will also get the 10 points. And if you have arranged employment in Canada, then you will also get the 5 points. And if you have a blood relative in Canada who is a PR holder, then you will also get the 5 points. So contributing all these points, if you are able to get 67 points, contributing to these points, if you are able to get 67 points or more than that, it means you are eligible and we can proceed further. Now there are certain kinds of calculation which works on the point system. Okay. So basically, so this is the 67 points criteria. Once you will be able to know that, yes, you are able to get the 67 points or more than that, it means you are eligible. Now, after knowing that, yes, you are eligible by getting the 67 points, the next points calculation that needs to be done is to know about your CRS score. Okay. Because your CRS score will be the score which will give you an idea that how good and strong your profile is, how soon you can get the PR, and in which provinces your profile will be eligible. So this is a criteria where your points will be ranked accordingly to the, again, your age, your education, your language, your work experience, and other factors. But here the scoring will be out of 1200, because in 1200, 600 points will again be contributing by your age, by your language, by your work experience, which means that 600 points we will be contributing through your skill factors, and then rest of the 600 points are in the hand of the provincial nomination program, which means that if you are invited by the state of Canada, by any state of Canada or by any province of Canada, then you will get the 600 points. So let's check this CRS calculator. It will be asking you first question that what is your marital status. So let's first calculate it for a single applicant. I'll take an example of mine profile and I'll calculate the points for myself. So I am right now 25 years of age and my highest level of education is a master's degree. Have you ever earned a Canadian degree, diploma, or certificate? No. Official language test? Yes. And the standard score suggested by the Canadian government is 8777, which means 8 in listening, 7 in reading, 7 in writing, and 7 in speaking. And the other language test, if we have the French examination, it needs to be yes. If we don't have the French examination, it needs to be no. Okay. Work experience in Canada is no. Work experience outside of Canada, like I'm holding 5 years of work experience, so definitely 3 years or more. Do you have a certificate of qualification from a Canadian province? No. Do you have any kind of job offer? No. Do you have a nomination certificate? No. And do you have a relative? No. So if I'll calculate my score, then I'll get the points out of 1200. And we can see that my score is coming out to be 469, which is a very good score. Because on the basis of this score, you will be able to get an invitation letter to apply from the express entry as well as from the PNPs. Okay. The majority of the PNPs will be, it would be like Ontario, Saskatchewan, Prince Edward Island. The profile will be eligible for everywhere. Okay. So now the next question arises. This is fine. How the process initiates further. Okay. And what are the steps which we need to proceed further? So the very first thing that we need to check that what is our occupation in demand. Because if we are not able to find out the suitable occupation code for our occupation, we will never be able to file the suitable express entry profile for our application. So let's discuss about the tier code, or we can say the NOC system. So this is the information about the tier code. Okay. The NOC code system, which is the National Occupation Classification System of Canada. It has been identified in the 2021, which means it has been upgraded into the 2021 only. Now the tier code, now the code that we are using, it's the tier code. So tier code means the training, education, experience, and responsibilities. All of the 4 factors will be taken into the consideration. And as per these 4 factors, your occupation will be decided. So we can see there are different kind of tier categories and there are different kinds of examples of jobs. Okay. So basically there is tier 0, which is the management occupation, in which like there can be the managerial positions like the financial managers, the marketing managers, okay, the human resources managers, the directors of the company. Then it comes to the tier 1, the occupations which requires a university degree, which are the financial advisors or the software engineers. Okay. Then the third tier comes the occupations that usually require a college diploma or a training certificate, which means dental assistant, laboratory assistants. And then tier 4 or 5 comes, but tier 4 and 5 are not applicable for the skill programs because these are the tier categories, which are the trade categories or which are the labor categories. Okay. So now you are able to see that there are 5-digit codes. Like there is a code defined for financial manager, which is 10010. Then there is a code defined for human resources manager, which is 10011. Okay. Then there are certain kinds of codes for each and every occupation. So before starting the PR process, it is very necessary to understand what is the occupation of demand, because the different kind of tier codes will be having a different kind of occupation demand in the Canadian government. Okay. Now we need to have the education, we need to verify our education from the Canadian bodies so that we will be able to get the equivalency as per the Canadian system. We need to give the IELTS examination and then we need to proceed further with our services. Okay. This is our website of the Get GIS, and here our services are mentioned for the permanent residency. Okay. If you are able to see, just allow me 1 second. So this is about the Canada PR only that we have discussed. And what makes Canada the best ideal destination for the immigration? because the Canada offers the permanent residency to the individuals who want to live and work in the country. Okay, it provides you the economic stability, it provides you a high employment rate, it provides you the government funded healthcare, it provides you a very good quality of education. Once you will get a PR, then you will have all of the social benefits. Okay, and why only Canada? Because Canada consistently ranking second as the safest country. Okay, it consistently does well in the global surveys progress. It gives you a very high quality of life. Plus, it is one of the 10 safest countries in the world. Even if you want to explore the highest salaries of the highest paying jobs in Canada, you can see this is the graph for different kind of occupations. Okay, like software salaries, software engineer salary. You can check the accountant salary using our website. You can check the salary graphs as well, and there are different pathways through which you can migrate to Canada. First one is the express entry, which we have recently discussed, the point system, which is the 67 points in the CRS system. Then different kind of PNP programs are there. We can apply for those as well. And there is a family sponsorship as well. Okay. Your journey with us, basically, first we will be giving you a profile evaluation. Then we will be giving you the language proficiency check. We will be helping you in the educational assessment. We will be helping you in filing of the PR application, and we will be helping you to file the documents once you receive the invitation letter to apply. And definitely, now the question arises that why you should start your process with us, because definitely the immigration dream, it needs to become a reality, and the global immigration services will be able to help you in making the dream true, because you will be having a dedicated process consultant teams. Okay, there will be the immigration experts, there will be the relationship managers. You will be having an in-house IELTS coaching system. You will be having the in-house self-pip coaching system. You will be having a relationship manager, so that there will be a smooth communication between you and your case manager who is running your process. Okay. And now let's talk about the factor that why 2023 is the best year to migrate to Canada. So here we need to discuss about the quota that Canadian government has given to the immigrants. Okay. So what is the immigration level plans of the 2023? So this is the 2023 to 2025 immigration level plan, and we can see that just for the economic immigration, right now the plan is 4,65,000. Next year it's going to be increased to the 4,85,000, and in 2025 it's going to be the 5 lakhs. So that is the reason that we should plan our immigration in 2023 only. So you can be one of those 4 lakh people who got the permanent residency with a good CRS system. I would like to request all the panelists to please answer the questions which are still active in the Q&A session. And let's resume the question and personalized question and answer session. So I would like to request to all of the attendees that please raise your hands one by one, so that I'll be able to answer your queries, which can be sorted within just between 20 to 30 seconds. Okay. All right. I'll be coming to you one by one. So I would like to request you that please be patient, and until unless I'm not giving you the voice access, please keep maintaining the silence. Hello, Mandeep.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, Mandeep.
Hi, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, Mandeep. How may I help you?
Actually, ma'am, I have done my GNM plus nanny. I have done plus I already gave my IELTS exam, but
Okay.
5.5 in 2 modules. Can I apply for a?
So you have done a certification after your GNM?
Hello.
I am asking you, Mandeep, have you done a certification course after your GNM?
Hello.
Mandeep, I am asking you that have you done a certification course after your GNM?
No, ma'am.
Okay. What is the score? Like in 2 modules, it's 5.5. So what were the modules? Was it in listening, speaking, or was it in reading and writing?
Speaking and reading.
Speaking and reading. Okay. So basically, you can apply, okay, and you can apply through the PNP program. So Saskatchewan is the best PNP which is applicable for you. Meanwhile, you can apply for the self-pip examination as well, because self-pip is very much easier as compared to the IELTS, and then you will be able to get the desired results. Okay.
Okay.
And Mandeep, please fill the form so that one of our immigration experts will be able to get connected with you and they can just guide you in the detail.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you,
Thank
Mandeep.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, hi, Deep. Hello, Deep.
Hello.
Yes, Deep. How may we help you?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I am planning to Canada country, Canada immigration process. But I have one doubt. For if my eligibility criteria are below 67, then
Okay.
I am eligible to apply for Canada via
Yes,
PNP program.
Deep, if you are 67 is the basic criteria which needs to be cleared for both of the programs, whether it's Express Entry or whether it's PNP. So if you
Okay.
are having a score of 67 or more than that, then Deep, you can just proceed further without having any doubts. Okay.
Okay. So I have to clear that 67 points. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I have heard that Saskatchewan and Manitoba will invite us to below 67 also.
Yeah, Saskatchewan has a different points calculation. But if
Okay.
you have a 67 points approved, okay, then it means you're eligible for whole of the Canada, not only for the Saskatchewan.
Okay, so there is any chances for below?
Deep, for that we need to be in a discussion. Okay, means that we need to be in a proper discussion where
Just
we will be able to discuss about your profile.
okay.
Okay, so please fill up the
Okay.
form. One of our immigration experts will definitely gonna connect with you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, okay. Yes, Amar, you please proceed with your query. Amar, are you there? I don't think so. Yeah, hi Sayed. Sayed, you please unmute yourself and you can proceed further with your query.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm asking you how much times to complete the immigration.
Amar, if we just take the proper timeline in which if everything is done as per the timelines which are required for the different kind of steps, then you can just complete your PR process. The filing part you can complete in the 6 to 7 months. Then after receiving an ITA, 2 months we require more for the embassy verification. Okay. So you can take a lump sum amount of 7 to 9 months for completing the whole PR process.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Soumya, I don't think then the persons are having some more doubts because there I can't see any kind of the applicants who are just raised their hands. Okay. So Diksha, I would like to request you just please circulate the form once again so that these people will be able to fill the form and then we will be able to attend their queries and their feedbacks to the personalized query session.
Hi, ma'am.
Yes, Sayed, please go ahead.
But how to fill form?
The form has been circulated in the chat box. So you please get the form from there and then you can just fill the form from there only.
But I see this form is not fulfill details.
There is a form in the chat box. Diksha, will
Yes,
you
I
please
see.
just circulate the form again?
But I see there is not fulfill detail.
They are not, it will be just your details. You just fill that and then someone from our team will connect with you, Sayed.
Okay, I fill.
Yeah,
and
you just
there.
fill it and then one of the counselors will gonna connect with you. Okay.
Okay, I fill and submit there.
Sure. All right. Okay. Soumya, we can go ahead and we can end the webinar. Diksha, before that, I would like to request you please circulate the forms once again so that anyone who has not filled the form, they will be able to fill the form.
Okay, thank you so much, Afreen, for giving us the good knowledge about the PR process. I would like to thank each one of you who has given us the precious time from the busy schedules. I hope this webinar has helped you to plan your future. Kindly register yourself for the detailed counseling. Have a good night. Thank you so much.